Hello. So thank you very much for coming to this session about testing. I'm super excited to be here again in DevOps after these, 3 years. And yeah, today we're going to see a bit of an yet not so new testing framework named Playwright. My name is Alex Soto. I work in Red Hat. My tutor is Alex Soto B. So if you are, you can follow me if you want to be updated with content about Java, Kubernetes, and so on. Also my email, sotoboy@redhat.com. Some people ask me, oh, can I send you an email with any question? And it's, yes, of course, for this reason I put it here, the mail. If not, I will just remove it. So if you have any question, just feel free to ping me in Twitter or email. And well, yeah, I'm also author of some books. So today we're going to talk about Playwright. We just have 30 minutes, so we need to just go a bit fast. Playwright is just another web test framework that lets you write web tests. And one of the things that you may be aware is that you can write in Node.js, in Python, with Java or .NET. So today we're going just to see the Java part. But if you say, yeah, okay, but I prefer Python, yeah, of course, it works as well, also with .NET or with JavaScript. And it works with most of the browsers out there. So first of all, let's think about how a browser looks like. Usually you've got the browser and you've got the network processes. This network process is the one that takes care of, sending the request and getting the response. Then we've got the browser process. All this browser process takes care of security, the location, when you have this, top bar where you put google.com or wherever, yeah, this is also a process that makes some logic there when you push all this thing. And also you've got the input. When you fill a form, then also there is something specific in the browser. Also, we've got the service worker process. That are the service workers that, I know that here maybe there is no one using JavaScript, but this is some JavaScript thing that you can make some work to be done under the cover of the browser. And finally, we've got the render process. This is when you just need to render the web page. There is the JavaScript render. There is the workers who just print all the web page there. And then, okay, we've got our web page created, rendered, and so on, and we want to test that it's correct. And there are several strategies. One of those strategies is using in-process web automation. I don't know if you have never used frameworks like, for example, just mine, that they are just a JavaScript file that it's inserted inside the web browser and just tests the JavaScript. But as you can see here, you are just testing the JavaScript part. Then we've got also out-of-process web drivers. Probably the most popular one is Selenium, where, okay, you are outside the render process, but you cannot do much things. Basically, you can just access to the render process, so the elements that are rendered on the screen, and yeah, of course, the input one for just getting the URL and so on, but not much more things. And if you've got, for example, 2 render processes, for example, 2 tabs on your browser, you can just test or one tab or another tab. So, okay, that's fine. We've been working in this for a long, long time, but then it was created Playwright. Playwright, basically you need to think like Playwright is just accessing the, the Chrome tools, just to keep an idea. Of course, it's integrated with Firefox, Opera, and so on, but just to keep the idea, just integrated like Chrome tools, and you're able to access everywhere of every piece of the browser. The service worker process, the render process, the browser process as well, and you can see that you can access more than one render process. So you can have like 3 tabs on your browser. That's fine. You can test all of them at once. So Playwright allows you to create affordable web tests because you can run it in heated mode or headless mode. If you want to see the browser just opening and see how everything is going, it's the heated mode. But if you say, okay, I don't care about what visually is, I just want that they run and they assert that it's correct, you can use the headless mode. Then it's also reliable. And being reliable means that there is no more flaky tests, no timeouts. It has something that is named auto waits. So Playwright knows that you are trying to access an element that maybe it's not there yet, and it will wait until the element is there. And then it will continue the test execution. So you can see that, you remember probably if you're writing some web test that not element on a screen or exceptions, something like that. Okay, with Playwright, they are not happening anymore. And finally, yes, also you've got this concept of browser context. Instead of having to restart the browser, you can start a new browser context. Basically, a browser context is like a new private window. So it's super cheap to create, super fast, so you can make or you can run your test executed in an isolated browser every time without no performance problems. And finally, it's super fast. You can run it in parallel with sharding. It has a lot of tools to execute your test and, super fast. And that's the application that we're going to test today. But I will need your help. So just prepare your mobile phones, okay, because I will need you. Basically, you will see this, okay? You will see this thing, which is a windmill, okay, that we need to generate some kind of energy to move some cars that you will see in the screen. You can see here the cars, okay? So basically, you're going to be assigned to one team. You will see that here is team 2, this one is team 1. You will need to push the windmill with your finger. You will see that the windmill is moving. When you're moving, you're generating some energy. Basically, this energy is just a Kafka event that is sent to a Kafka topic, and then it's sent it back to the dashboard, and you will see the car there moving super fast. Okay? So, let's start the game. Okay? Prepare your phones. Just scan this QR code. If you cannot scan it, you can go to red.ht/summit-wine-turbine, and it's exactly the same. I'm going to prepare my phone as well. I'm going to scan it. Come on. Yeah, it's working. Meanwhile, I can go here. Yeah, probably most of you saying something like waiting for the game, right? Okay. Who is in team 2? Team 2? Okay, I am in team 2, so please push it hard, okay? Don't break your phone, but push it hard because we need to win, okay? And let me refresh the screen. Yeah, it was logged out. So we are here, okay, we are pretty much, okay? A lot of people are there. Then, when I push play, you will see the windmill, and remember that you need to push the windmill, okay? So I'm just putting here, 3, 2, 1, go. Oops, no. Come on. Come on, team 2. Come on, we can do it better. Come on. Oh. Maybe I'm the one, maybe we're losing because of me, that's true. That could be a problem, but come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh! Okay, team 1 won the game. Okay. Great. Who is Mew? Mew? No one is Mew? Okay, but it generates a lot of power. So, Mew is in team 1, yeah. So, okay, this is the game. That's the game that we want to just test. We're not going to test the dashboard. We're just going to test the let's say, the player or the game. And now let me just start showing you how we're going to do. We're going to use, probably you cannot see anything. We're going to use Playwright. And now I've got here just, this is just an empty Maven project. So there is no, well, yeah, actually I can show you. If you see that there is, it's just an app which is just empty. And I'm going to write the test in a main Java method. Playwright works with JUnit runner, and so it's integrated with several runners, so no worries. I'm just using the main method because, okay, it's, let's say, the most generic way to use it, and also because why not, right? Because we are used to run tests or end-to-end tests with a framework behind, but maybe here you can just see that we can also run it as a CLI application. So we want to write the test, and one of the ways to start test is using the Playwright recording, which is run using this super long command. Okay, it's just a command that you can find it in the website. You just run it, and let's wait. Yeah, and here it is. Okay, it goes here. This is not the website because we want to test the game. So I'm just going here. I'm going to copy. I do it play. Okay, and now I connect it. Okay, this is the windmill. You see that now I'm in a Chromium, so I'm not in my, let's say, regular browser. And what I would like to test is, for example, the name. So I click it here. Also the theme. I can click it here. Also, I want to generate some energy, so I'm just clicking here. And also I want to check the power, so I'm just clicking here. Now I can just go, where is the Chromium stuff here? Whoops, go down. Here in this screen, okay, it's also small, but the Playwright inspector has generated all these elements. I was just clicking and you see they say navigate to here, then just locate the text, this text, and just push click, this locator, and so on. So, okay, this is a simple example. If it was a form to fill, it will be, more funny. But you see that at the end, with this inspector, you're able to scaffold the test. Okay, now I can just copy this test. Oops, copy. Which is this one. Okay, copy. I can stop recording as well. I can stop everything. Stop. Okay, see that some people are playing again. Okay, that's fine. I mean, I know that it's more funny playing the game than watching me doing this Java stuff. We've been doing Java all the day, right? So that's fine. And I'm going here to the main class, and I just copy. I need to do all the imports. The Playwright comes from the Playwright. Then, what we need to, I'm going to put this small. We need to create a browser. To create a browser, okay, we could put here a Chromium or Firefox or Opera or any other browser. And here in the browse type, we set headless false. So it means that we want to open the browser to see how everything is executed. Now we've got the browser context. The browser context, as I said, is like a new private window. So every time that you create a new browser context, you're creating a new private window. So I just import it, and finally I need to open a page in this browser context. I could open as many pages as I wanted, and they will be tested in parallel. Now, of course, I don't want to go to this page, but I want to go to this page. This is the URL. That's fine. Now, let's start testing some of the things. For example, let's, instead of push the generator, the first thing that I want to get is the amount of power that it's there. And I'm going to just get this power. To do that, I'm going to do page.locator, and oops, here. And the locator, sorry, is on an ID that is named generator power. This is the I said it the other way. This is the ID that I push in the windmill, okay? Generator. And this just returns the element. This element is of type locator. So it's locator power. That's the text. The text that use this is this one. Wait, let me. This is okay. This is okay. I'm going to restart the game. Well, this is that where we've got the power that we've generated 30 and so on. This is the initial number, and I want to get the initial power. So in int was let's name it initial power. And it's power dot, or let's do it all in integer dot parse int the power dot text content. So I'm just getting the initial power. Then I want to click. Wait, because I'm doing in the wrong place. But I just here. Put it here. So first of all, I navigate, then I get the power. Now, what I need to do is click the windmill. So to click the windmill, I'm just going to copy this. Command X, put it here, and this is name. If I'm not correct, it's name power. No, generator. Generator. So I'm just here, I'm just clicking the windmill, and of course, what I want to validate is that after I click that windmill, I generated some power. So this is the M power. And I just get it the context. And okay, now I need to validate that the N power is greater than the initial power. And we could use any other assertions library out there, but in my case, I really love assert J. So I'm going to put assertions dot assert that initial end power is greater than initial power. Okay, so we are just checking that I've generated some power. Then also I can check that I've been assigned to with a nickname and also to a team. Then what we need to do is exactly the same thing as before. Page.locator. We get the locator is user name. This just returns the username. Locator user or nickname. And now I can just use the assert that from the Playwright. So I'm using two libraries for assertions, one that is coming with Playwright, another one that is coming, all right, because I imported assert J. The Playwright is for, as you can see, for asserting the Playwright objects. In this case, it's the locator. Remember that this locator is the username, and I'm going to check that the nickname not is empty. Okay, so I'm just checking that I've been assigned to a nickname. Then also I could check that I belong to a team. So I'm going to do, and again, the locator, team, page.locator, and the locator is user team, if I remember correctly. And in this case, this returns the team. That could be team 1, team 2, team 3. I mean that we can configure the amount of teams that we want to be able to play. And for this reason, and to make test more, let's say, more generic, I'm going to do assert that team dot contains text, and I'm going to use the pattern object, that it's, you know, the GDK pattern object, and I want that basically this is an integer. So I can just go here and say v. So this is an integer. So I'm just, you know, doing these assertions, and that's all. That's all the things that I want to do for now. Wait. Let me remove what I don't need it, because if not, it's going to wait until the element is there. Selector generator. Okay, this is something that I don't need. And This one is this one. Okay, I need to put it. No. Okay, now I've got my test that tries to generate all the stuff. This generate also. I can remove it. Okay, now, so I'm just getting to the web page. Select the power generator. So you just select the amount of energy. Just get it. Then I click it. Then I get it again, the power. I assert that one is greater than the other one. I get the username. I check that it's not empty. Then I get the user team, and I validate that this user team is an integer. And now I can run it. And to run it, I've got here, since it's a, it's a Java application, I'm going to run it. To run it, I need to go to, again, dashboard. To make things simple, I'm going to restart. Then I can run it the test. And you'll see that a Chrome is open, gets the windmill, just click, it clicks, generate some powers, okay, build success, so everything worked. Super fast, I know, but it worked, it asserted, there is no exception, it means that the test worked. Of course, you might say, okay, Alex, but there are two things, you see that, okay. It's free, the game, it's in GitHub, so you can download it and play it in your company. So instead of working, you can just start playing the game, no problem. Then, okay, you'll say, I like, but you're just checking that the power has been generated, but it could be that JavaScript just sends a random number in the, in the value. Since with Playwright, you have access to the network process. Remember that I said that with Playwright, you've got access to everything. I could do I could refactor my test to validate that I've really sent a network request to my backend. It get it back when I just click the windmill. So I'm just going again here, and sorry, I'm going to do the next thing. I'm going to go to the page and say, wait for, and you see that there is a lot of wait for downloaded, wait for console message, wait for function. I'm going to wait for pop-up. I'm going to go with wait for response. Wait for response. So I'm just waiting for a response. So I'm just going to say page for wait for a response. A response that needs to be done in. Okay, this is a US. I'm finding the character. What is the character? Here. Sorry. Slash this star API slash power. Because every time that I just push the windmill, I'm just sending a request to this endpoint. So I want to validate that this endpoint is really called. Right? So I'm just assuring that my front end is doing a backend call. So this is the URL. And then I just need to go here. This is, and then here I need to put the, this is a callback, and I need to set what I want to do, or when I want to check this. And I want to check this when I do this click. So I'm going to put it here. So now I'm just saying, go to page locator generator, do a click, and wait for this response. So I'm waiting until the browser is doing this network call. And this will return a response. Response is this, let's call it error. And finally, what I can do again is do an assert that, I'm going to use another one, assertions dot assert that response dot And here you can see the body, the headers, the status code, and so on. We're going to check that the status code is equal to 204. This is what I return when I just call this endpoint. So now I'm just not validating the front end, but also the front end is doing a request. And the response is the expected one. The second thing is that, yeah, okay, Alex, that's fine, but I would like to just check a report or a recording that I can see if the if the test is really working or not, because we've seen that it goes super fast. And we can, one of the great things about Playwright is the report tool. Let me show you how it works. Here, I'm just going to configure the context to trace all the operations or all the actions that we are doing against the browser or the browser context. So I'm just doing context.tracing .start because I want to start, and I'm going to start with some tracing options. Tracing options. Tracing dot, and now star options. And one of these star options is that, I want to set screenshots to true. So I want to take a screenshot every time that I do a change on the front end, and also that I want to set the snapshotting to true. So basically here I'm just saying record all the activity that is happening on the browser. And then I need to set when I want to stop recording. In this case, it's just a test, but I'm going to do at the end. So I need to do context.tracing.stop. And again, I need to configure, basically, I need to configure where I want to store this, this report. So I'm going to do tracing dot stop options, and basically I need to set path and set it the path where I want to record the output. So I'm going to do this paths dot, it's imported, no, dot path and path get, sorry, it was get, and let's call it trace.zip, for example. So now I'm just doing exactly the same as before, but I'm asserting that there is a really interaction between front-end and backend thanks of this, and also I am recording the execution. So I'm going to run it again. Oops, not yet. Let me finish 1 second because. Okay, here we go. Okay, just start. Generate. Okay, now it generated exactly the same test. And if you see here, there is a trace.zip file, which is the recording. And if you want to see, okay. Hey, but there's a lot. It's like, yeah, like, 22 people that they love this game. I mean, I would put it in the Apple Store. I can even retire with this game. Okay, great. I don't know what I'm doing here. Okay, then I'm going here, and to run that or to visualize this report, we still have 1 minute. We're going to do it. I'm just going to the trace. This is the trace.zip, yeah, it was named trace. And now it's going to open the execution. You see here, okay, I'm going to try to put it bigger. And you see how the windmill is open. Wait, no, you cannot see it. Okay, here you see the windmill, that is 0, then it's 30. You see how it's recorded, and here you can see how was the state of the console, how it was the network. So you can even say, you see here the get that I recorded before with all the information of the get at every time. So here there is no get, here yes, you see all the information. Here is all the steps that have been executed. You see frame.click, where I've clicked it, you see here this red button, then the text, I get it this 30, that I expected, this is the expectation, and this is where I get it, the team. You see here how the team was also created. For example, when I did the click, you see here there is a pause with an error. Okay, that's fine. This is the console, the call that I've done. And yeah, here is the metadata and everything. It's, well, you even have the before and the after. So you see that the report things of Playwright is really interesting. So thank you very much for coming to the session. Hope that you enjoyed the game and enjoy the conference.